The stall. We set up the run from the altar immediately. I can tell that this is a wedding. I can tell that this is the timing of the wedding, all from the I'm hers mask. And as soon as I saw the poop, I knew we would get some sort of foot in the toilet gag. Um, Being guilty by the guy in the wheelchair is hilarious. It has all the makings of a great comedy here. You got the tidy whities, you got the teal green suit, um, him answering the call while him being locked out of the stalls, and him having to just overhear the convo to his bride, in the torture of that. Great comedic moment there. And then he takes the phone, and then the turn of the scene for me is when he admits to Beth about why he doesn't want to marry her and really gets it all off his chest, what he's probably been hiding for a while. And it comes to the realization, like, wow, I really don't want to marry you. Only to find out that she isn't actually on the phone. So, this unlikely hero of the day, the guy in the wheelchair, ends up really doing him a solid, in their disagreement. And then of course, you have the end where it's like, I'm not gonna close the door. Poop gags, funny. It's classic comedy.
This was really well done, funny, brilliant, good play on the word with the title there. I think they really packed a lot into this one room. I'm sure any number of filmmakers early on in their career, especially, would see this bathroom and its color and kind of wonder, how do you make anything work in there? And they absolutely did. They kept us entertained and engaged throughout this whole thing. And it's, I'm sure, just a pretty plain and dismal looking room, but they use it to great effect here. And in no small part thanks to just the cinematography. They kept things moving. The costume design was great too. The suits they chose, the wardrobe was fantastic. The writing was really strong, and the performances, they all carried their weight really well here, and just made this whole piece much larger than the sum of its parts.
The runaway groom. When you're hiding in a public restroom from your father in law to be, you know trouble is afoot. And in this case, it turns for the worst when his foot slips in the toilet. The tux being tacky almost resembles of what someone would wear to a St. Patrick's Day party, and it's all because his bride is a fan of teal. He has a standoff in the handicap restroom, taking it out on this man who simply just needs to have a release, so to speak. And so, in this altercation, the man ends up locking himself in the restroom with our protagonist's pants and telephone, and his bride to be calls once again. The stranger acts as if he's answering the phone, forcing our character here to then tell the truth as to why he wants to not go through with this marriage after all. Only to realize that no one was actually on the line at all. As the stranger says, some conversations are better left to have face to face. Actually, helping our gentleman come to terms that his relationship is in fact over, and what he seeks is his insight, need for the freedom of their relationship that they once had.
I just got finished watching The Stall. This was really fun. I mean, it was had a very relatable story. You could understand it. I liked how they set up the story. I think that the camera angles that they used in it were really great. They did a great job with that. And you knew from the very, very start what this story was going to be about. So kudos for being really, really clear. And yeah, good job.
The stall was really interesting. I think you did a great job, not only, having this be a play on words or play on word of stall and stall, but also you do a great job establishing the character, the tone, and essentially the plot of the entire piece very quickly on, in this short. I think it was, you had a lot of moments of brevity there, but it was really it was written incredibly cleverly. It came together really, really well. It was a really cohesive piece. You had the pacing down, the timing down, to a T, and everything came together to be a really, cohesive and smart piece. I really want to commend you for that. It came off incredibly professionally done, and was just overall a really, really great short. Very well done.
All right, I just finished watching The Stall, which I thought had a good sense of humor, especially because he was unafraid of being sort of weird and gross in its construct. I thought that the central conceit about a man being nervous during his wedding was obviously very relatable, and I thought it allowed the piece to create a lot of different comedic setups that really worked well, especially for a short amount of time. The lead actor was very good. He displayed a wide range of emotions within a small space of time, and he was also really great at both physical comedy and with just his body language and how he navigated silence when other characters are on screen that he was trying to avoid, as well as sort of his dynamic when he had to sort of express himself, when he had to deal with everybody else and project his anxieties of what the day and what was going on. I thought that the piece had a great sense of humor that was carried by that dynamic and was allowed to give the piece a sense of personality in depth that you would not necessarily expect in a short amount of time or for a comedy of this style. So I thought it was well done. It was funny. I thought a lot of the sequences, especially in the end with the older gentleman, really worked well with that dynamic, and I ended up enjoying the piece and thought that it was definitely a strong representation of the talents of the people involved. So it was good for me.